Hello, welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen. Okay, I need to take care of some business with the people who know us and let you know why I've been kind of absent and under the radar. And I've been given permission to share this with you, just so you know. So, are you ready? Maybe you should sit down. I'll drink my coffee while you find a seat. Y'all know Yvonne. She has been on the channel multiple times, cleaning with me, decluttering with me. Yvonne is 18 years old. She graduated last year from high school. She's been working since, and she is pregnant. Surprise! So grandbaby on the way, June 1st is the due date. And not too long after we found out, of course, she started to get nauseous. I say of course, not that everybody feels nauseous, but I just realized there's something behind me there. Excuse our mess. She started to get nauseous, and then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And not to be TMI, but it got to a point where she could not even a drop of water. And as long as she had nothing in her stomach, when she would get sick, it was manageable. But if she put as much as a drop of water in her stomach, it would be so violent. She could not even be in the bathroom and using the toilet for it. A bucket on the floor and her on her hands and knees over it. And it would throw her whole body. I would have to hold her because it was just so violent. Her whole body would throw forward. She even said, she goes, I feel like I'm having seizures. So obviously we were calling the doctor. So they started her with, you might have heard B6, Unisom together, nothing. Then they started her on because she was also having cluster migraines. They started her on a second medication. And that was actually, she had to go to the hospital because she had been 24 hours without food or drink. So she had to go get an IV. It didn't work on one arm. They had to go to the other arm. So she had to go through the emergency room one day. I think I did a cleaning video that day because my husband actually drove her in case somebody had to carry her into the building. And they gave her a medication that also her OBGYN agreed and gave it to her too, not realizing they had done it. That one didn't work either. So then they were going to send her to the hospital again. And I was like, to what end? Like, we're not going to go to the hospital every single day. I was trying to actually get them to admit her because I felt like she was too sick, not for me to care for her at home, but it just was scaring me. Like, I was scared that I wasn't giving her good enough attention treatment, that she needed more than me, especially if she was going to have to be going for an IV every day. And the closest hospital is 35 minutes away. And she gets car sick. So car sickness also came with this, like violently car sick. We live near nothing. So that's my camera, by the way. I have cameras outside, and when somebody goes by the camera, you hear that da 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 da. Anyway, finally, after that day, they tried something much stronger. In fact, one of the medication, and you don't have to swallow anything. That's one's a suppository, one melts on the tongue. And one of them is a medication that's safe for pregnant women, but they give it to someone who's having chemotherapy and is sick from chemo. That one is working. So it works, as long as we're kind of like finding the right rhythm of how many to take, what to take. Then we ran into a problem where they have her taking more than what is standard for that medication. So then my pharmacy didn't fill it and we were out. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't fill it? And they're like, well, your insurance doesn't cover it. And I was like, I don't care, we need it. And they're like, well, you still want it filled even though insurance doesn't cover it? I'm like, hello, well, how much is it? Thinking they're going to tell me $300 or something. $13. I'm like, $13? You didn't, like, hello, call me, say, whatever. So they filled it. We got her, we had to go back later and get it, because some pharmacies takes them a minute. So that's what's been going on. And plus, she's been having a lot of appointments, of course. Pretty much everyone who lives with us for daughters right now has some sort of chronic situation. So it's just been, a lot going on. And you know, Yvonne is very dedicated to having her child, loving her child, mothering her child and making her child feel welcome and loved. So I'm so thankful that she gave me permission to share. So grandbaby coming, another one. So this will be number 4 for us. And I can't even, I mean, that kid is going to be so beautiful. Can you imagine? I was like, if this kid has your sass, so when she was getting sick, I'm like, yep, already this kid's got a little bit of your sass. So I'm thankful that I get to share that with you, and you'll probably hear more as the time goes on. But that's why I've been a little absent without leave. I definitely needed to take a step back. And then with my son and daughter-in-law coming, when we had switched all the rooms, and what great timing, because really it works better that she have her own room and not be sharing room with a sister when she's having a baby. So, but switching all the rooms, I never quite felt organized, and I still feel like I need to hit my bedroom closet again. But having company coming and spending the night really did get me in mode, full mode cleaning. In fact, on my step app, I had put in 14,000 steps the day before or was it the day they did come? It was either one day I had 12,000 steps and one day I had 14,000 steps. So I feel like the house is more under control, and I still have tons to do for fall cleaning, but I definitely feel the house is more put together. So, because my son had called and he was like, are you sure you still want us to come? Because I know there's a lot going on. And I was like, no, we need you to come. And it was just so joyous to get to celebrate a little birthday and for them to get to love on Yvonne, and for Brittany, my daughter-in-law, was sharing with her different products that she loves and her favorite of the different types of baby furniture or things for your baby. And so much has changed since I had the last pregnancy I had and delivery was actually 26 years ago. So much has changed. Even the way they do things at the doctor has completely changed. But she has a great OBGYN office. It's the same one I go to. It was the one that diagnosed our daughter Rachel finally after all these years with the endometriosis and PCOS. So I do have great confidence in them, and Yvonne's doctor is wonderful. So we definitely appreciate those of you. I know there's a lot of people of faith here, so if you are one to pray, we appreciate and would love your prayers. We had the grandchildren here overnight. It was the youngest, Joanna, her first birthday. So they drove 4 hours to celebrate with us, and I just felt so loved and privileged to get to do that with them, celebrate Joanna's first birthday. And so they have Nolan, he is 6. Eloa is 3, we call her Loie, and Joanna, who we call Jo, or Jojo, is just turned 1. So I like to, I was trying to think of things that the kids could do while they were here, and I wanted to show you some of the things I found. So this is a package of eyes that I got on Amazon. And what I love about little kids, it's so easy to thrill them. So I cut bananas in half and I put 2 eyes on each banana up at where the point is. And I told them they were banana ghosts, and they had fun eating their banana ghosts in the morning. And then I had gotten these pizza crusts, and I'm going to show you the picture of them. I'll put the picture here. I got them at my grocery store. I find these taste really good. Of course, I was going to make homemade pizza crusts, right? But then time, flies. And so they have these at the grocery store, and they taste really good. And they're like not totally thin, but I don't know. They're definitely thick enough. And I let the kids put their own sauce. I put the sauce in a bowl. I'll show you a little video of Eloa doing hers.
So, Eloa, what's the ingredient you're putting on the pizza? Cheese? And what's that red stuff?
Sauce.
Sauce? Mm-hmm. Are you putting on any other toppings like pepperoni?
No.
There's only 3. Oh. And then we got Nolan over there. Hi, Nolan.
And then I put some cheese on a paper plate, and they made their own pizzas, which they got a kick out of, but also when it's time to make the meal, they're not like, go play, be quiet while we're cooking. A lot of times I spend too much time in the kitchen when we have company. And so I was really trying to do simple meals. So we did that one day. We did mac and cheese for them. And so the first day we did like Kraft mac and cheese, and the adults had grilled cheese sandwiches and chips. And then at night we did the make your own pizzas. So the great thing about this was everyone literally made their own dinner. It took a bit, but that's okay. And then the next day the kids wanted to do pizza again. They had so much fun. So we did it again. And the adults had quesadillas. If the kids had done quesadillas, I was going to take the top tortilla and cut a pumpkin face out of it and put it down. I saw that on Pinterest. I thought they'd get a big kick out of that. So that's another idea. And then for their snack time, and this is Christmas. Kids don't care. I found this at Costco, and I wanted to show this to you. So the cookies come individually wrapped like this. Can you see that? I can't. I should have my glasses on so I can see what you can see. Okay, this is me and my sing-song voice again. So they had different designs, you know. Of course, I'm going to pull out two of the same. Oh my goodness, I guess nobody wanted this design. Okay, this one broke, but, you know, they have different designs. And then they have food-grade markers, which are not in the box. I'm going to have to hunt for those. Oh, maybe they're in the other box because I have two boxes. But see the markers? They had food-grade markers. So for their snack, I set them at the table. Actually, even the adults sat at the table, and we all colored cookies, and then they got to eat the cookie. They had like a little bit of a lemony flavor to them. So if you have children that don't like lemon, they might not love these. It was kind of a hint of lemon. It wasn't super strong because they're not advertised to be lemon cookies. Enriched flour, butter, eggs, honey, cane molasses. Yeah, nowhere does it say lemon. So maybe it is one of the preservatives that is giving off that flavor. I don't know. Anyways, big, huge hit. They loved that. And because they're individually wrapped and they don't expire until 2025, I'm keeping them for the Christmas time too, and we can just do them again. And then we walked to the park. We took a walk down to the water, but I hadn't, obviously, I have so many leaves in my yard. I had planned we could break up leaves together. They could jump in leaves, you know, and don't you just love young children because it is just so easy to rock their world and make them so happy. I have not edited my husband working on the bathroom because of course you have to know there was some snafus along the way. But I thought I would show you what we have accomplished so far anyway. So I'm going to flip on the light and let you see. We ended up going floor to ceiling with the wallpaper, basically. He has that little spot he needs to fill in, but other than that, it is floor to ceiling. And I put up a little bit of decor, and then there'll be like a little shelf here. So I just kind of wanted to give like where I was going the vibe. Over here I put up a straw shelf that we got on clearance at TJ Maxx like a year ago. And then I have this basket. So I really want to do stuff with baskets in here and make it kind of spa-like. I took down the Thanksgiving, or not the Thanksgiving, but the fall curtain I had here and replaced it with this one I had bought quite a bit ago on Amazon or Target, can't remember. And then this one, this rug here, I did get at Target. And of course here is the flooring, but we haven't done any of the trim work on the floor. And we have, oh, you can't see good there, but we have very little trim work done on the ceiling, but more to come. The floor didn't click together as easily as my husband thought it would, but in the end, I still love it. It looks beautiful. It is vinyl plank click together flooring, and it's a little, this is from my granddaughter, Eloa. And then we have not gotten our vanity yet, but the sinks were leaking terribly, so we went and got this very inexpensive, like $139 at Lowe's, this whole sink kit. and I'm happy with it. Actually, I would not even mind doing a second one here and then doing some little shelves in between the two. That's an idea that I have had. And then I really want to do this material and have mirrors here over where the sinks would be, so the other mirror would be, you know, right here under whatever new light we end up getting. But already it's like 100% different in here, just having that awful floor up, and eventually on the bottom half of the walls it will be some sort of white wood paneling or some, I just haven't figured out the design yet. And we, even before that though, we will be breaking all of this wallpaper up with a chair rail. So that is to come too when we get doing all of the trim work. One more thing I want to show you is we got new dining room tables, and it was the table with metal legs and 4 chairs that have like the velour, which I'll show you, for $159 for the table and the chairs, which I will have linked in my description box. So we got 2 tables and 8 chairs, and they're the standard size. They're not the cafe anymore, which worked out so much better with the grandchildren. So let me go show you those. All right, so here is the table, and it's 2 rectangles so that when we put them together, you know, kind of makes a square. I told my husband it looks kind of like a conference room table. But there's the light, and I'm excited to have to get a vase or to do a little bit of decor on the table. But as you can see, it is that velvety material, which I love because I find it's very easy to sponge off and clean. And as you can see, metal legs. We still haven't taken the stickers off the chair legs from all the mapping of how to put it together. I put this here in the corner for now. And that's how that looks. It's all empty over here. And the rocking chair has been put in Yvonne's room. Here is my grocery order that was delivered today. We got some Dr. Pepper Zero, Smart Water, these 2 things of coffee. I like these. They're like $3.99 a box, so nice and cheap. We got some sugar. And this is always my big spend, is getting the 96% lean burger, but if it's got more fat in it, it bothers our tummies. Got some McCown apples. These are like Maine farm apples. This is my current obsession, this chopped kit. And then red onions, green grapes for snacking, bananas for snacking, bell peppers. We have sweet potatoes are on sale because, you know, as you get closer and closer to Thanksgiving. And a bunch of broccoli crowns. We love roasted broccoli. These English cucumbers or European cucumbers. They're the long ones that have the really small seeds. And then for snacking, cashews, almonds, and chamomile lavender tea, as well as peppermint tea, and then some Skinny Pop popcorn, crock pot liners, garlic, petite diced tomatoes, got 2 cans of those for cooking, and green beans, beets. I don't know why, but I love these canned. And then these, whoops, okay. Green chilies I just like to use when I am cooking anything Mexican. And I'm going to come back to this. We got our jasmine rice. It's our favorite kind of rice. Mini chocolate vegan chips. Udon noodles. Yeast. And Yvonne likes these peanut butter Nature Valley biscuits. And I had a coupon for that, which was nice. Then some dried mango. Now for meats, besides the hamburger, I got chicken breast, which is $2.49 a pound, which is the best deal I can get on boneless breast of chicken. And then this was the least expensive steak I could find per pound. It was $4.99 a pound, which still feels like a ton. Then these pork chops was the 99-cent a pound deal. I need to wipe up for the week. I need to put them in a plastic bag. And then the turkey, what they're doing, what I'm noticing is they'll rotate between, first the turkey will be 99 cents, pork chops, and then like a pork butt, roasting pork. This was actually $1.49 a pound on sale, and they charged me $3.49 a pound. So Yvonne and I got in the car, went down to the store, and got $14 back. It was actually only $10, so that was more than double the cost of. So they more than doubled the cost, and everybody at the store has been paying that when it should be $1.49 a pound. I might actually put that on the town Facebook page so people know. So we're back at it. I always feel a little bit rusty if I've been any time away from the channel. It's so funny because some people, they post once a week, which is great. But for me, if I haven't had a video up in a week, it feels like it's been forever. So hoping to get at least 5 up for you per week again. And a lot of times will bottom out on Wednesday, Sunday. I never tell myself I'm not doing Wednesday, Sunday, but it just tends to work that way. Either way, remember as always that God loves you, I love you too, and consider you dear, dear friends, which is why I'm so happy I got to share our news with you, and I can't wait to see you next time.